Alright, you started. And now we can just go to this.
Okay, let me.
You can.
So, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ton, and today I'm going to give a quick presentation about the fifth day. So, the story is the following. And God went on to say, let the water swarm forth, a swarm of living souls, and let flying creatures fly over the earth upon the surface of the expanse of the heavens. Okay, next slide. So, that is the introduction. So those are the fifth day, as it said in the ancient Bible, if somebody know. But here's the true version that the geologists and some modern biologists think about the fifth day. So what is actually the concept of the talk? So uh, the figure that I show you here is the evolutions of the living things together with the geological development of the Earth. I took these figures from www.quantumconsciousness.org. So basically, this long cartoon road represent the whole history of the Earth, which is about 4.6 million years. 4.6 billion years, sorry. And so everything is drawn to a scale. So if you see here, uh, every rectangular here represents 100 million years. Okay, so the first thing that I'd like to point out is that for the majority part of the evolution of the Earth, the Earth is actually barren, so there's no living things at all. The living thing actually start at about 3 billion years ago, and most of the time, the Earth is actually occupied by just a single cellular, and just a lower form animal like a swamp or hydra, those kind of animals. So it's lower form animal. But what actually interesting is that only about 530 million years ago, in the period here that the mark here in the in the figure, is a period that the geologists call Cambrian explosions, and it's the very special period because there is some very high speed. Sorry,
Keep going. No, it's not
very
good.
very high speed evolution occurred at those period of the time. So before that, we barely see any fossils besides like just a lower form of animals. However, in those period of time, which span about like 30 to 70 million years, very short times compared to the whole history of the Earth, which is about 4.6 billion years. Very short time after those period of the time, which some geologists call it the fifth day, which is the day that God created all animals. So actually, those pretty short time of the whole Earth history that almost all kind of form of animal actually presents. So I'm not talking about bird or like mammal or anything, but if you look in the in terms of taxonomy in biology, we divide the animal to different phylums, and all nine major phylums of animal actually arise in those short period of time. And from the single and a simple multicellular animals, all these complicated form of animal arise in those short period of time. So that is what the geologists call the Cambrian explosions. I think it's already 5 minutes, but yeah. So that's it.
Just say thank you.
Thank you.
Questions?
Yeah.
So what is Cambrian explosion? So I can understand that
Uh-huh.
that period is the special.
Oh.
What is explosion?
Oh, so actually, like geologists give a different name to a different period of the development of the Earth, and those parts, the name of those period of time, they call it Cambrian. So explosion is just the word that they represent, like the very fast expansion of the living forms
It's not broken.
It's not broken. It's just like it's like something that from very simple, it just and you get like very wide variety of living form after those short period of time. Yeah.
Is there any reason why this specific period, specific period, there are so many new plants or animals out there?
So it's still arguable. So actually, there are small fraction. There are some fraction of biologists and geologists who believe that it actually the what is it called? It's actually the copy of the fossil because most of the living things before that it doesn't have the strong skeleton. It doesn't have the shell. It doesn't have the bone. So it's really hard to see. There might already be like a lot of wide variety of animal before that, but because there's no strong skeleton, so we don't see the fossil. That might be one reason that we think it's explosion, but actually animal already there. But some people who actually believe that there's high speed evolution during that time. So there are many explanations. One explanation is that during this period of time is a time that the level of oxygen in the earth increased a lot because the 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 modern kind of algae actually synthesize a lot of oxygen and oxygen is accumulated. Because we have more oxygen, it enables most animals to develop a complicated structure that consume like a lot more energy. And there's many other like explanations too. Yeah. Yeah.
Where that we control the specific
So when we talk about like all over the world or not, you need to keep in mind that when biologists or geologists work, they it's not like we find a fossil all over the world, right? So there are only a specific place on the earth that we can actually find a fossil because it's a geological process that you can keep the dead animals. So, but the thing is like in most places on the earth, like during those period of time, there are like huge increase of the number and the diversity of animals. So I would say like most of the places